All right, welcome everybody around the world. Welcome to all my subscribers. I just want to take a few minutes to share with everybody this very bizarre but very cool and utterly lifelike dream that I had this morning that I woke up from. So it was happening, like the dream was taking place, and then I woke up. So I woke up fresh from what was occurring. Like I woke up straight from it. It wasn't like I woke up and I remember having the dream earlier in the night. It was like actively happening, like vividly, actively, lifelike happening, and then I woke up. So what happened in the dream was as follows. Right now, sometimes in my life, since I was a child, I've had dreams where I'm in like futuristic worlds. Is very cool. Um, but anyways, lately in my adult life, if I do have dreams like that, it's very hard for me to remember them vividly at all. So this morning stood out because I was in this futuristic world. Obviously, I don't know how more advanced they were. I don't think this world was that much more advanced than us, based on the technology. But I was in this world again. But for whatever reason, I was lucid. I was, 100% tangibly able to realize that I was in this experience and interact and do whatever I wanted. And it was very vivid for me, right? So it wasn't like, the last occurrences or the last few years of my adult life where I can't really remember it, right? So I couldn't tell you where I was. I was in some room somewhere, but the thing that was right in front of me was this technology. Now, I'm pretty certain that nowhere on the earth right now we have something like this. This is probably something that they could actually produce on the earth right now with our technology. Um, but nonetheless, it was just so bizarre. Um, it's not something I've ever seen before, this thing. And the way it operated and what it did was just unusual. So it just struck me like I woke up from it like, wow, this is so bizarre. And I'm almost sure, I can't say for certain, but I'm almost sure that I either saw a brand logo on the device or I remember hearing the name of the company that made it. So I did some quick looking online and I found something quite astounding. So, um, anyways, right, so what I saw was as follows. It was like it was made out of very clear like plastic or plexiglass or something like that. It was transparent, 100% transparent, clear. And it was like the image might look a bit funny, but it's just a crude sketch on a chalkboard. Okay. Now it kind of seemed not childish by design, but like how they have in Japan now, a lot of things have those cute faces on them or whatever. Even a lot of like robots that they make nowadays, whether for children or adults, they might put a somewhat of a cute smile or face, or they able to emote on it. That's all this is, right? Even though it looks childish, it's just the way I drew it. But it's kind of like a suitcase in shape. It's about yay big, right? So it's almost like a carry-on suitcase in size. 100% clear plastic. The rough shape was like this. Okay. This isn't a handle up here, but that's where the face is. So it's kind of got like a little head, smoothly built in onto what the shoulders would be, and has like a little face. Um, and then what we have here on the sides are actually two folded arms and two folded legs. But it's actually quite neatly designed. So it almost looks like you could pick it up and carry it. And what it was resting. It was resting on this table, right? So I went up to it, and I'm looking at it. You can see right through the clear plastic and at the internal like device, whatever it is. And it looked like there were tiers or shelves inside this thing. Like the top tier was relatively empty. It might have had some wires or something. I don't know. I don't recall seeing wires everywhere, but I'm just saying it was clear. It probably had something in there, right? The middle section, however, had this like metallic device. It was complex looking. And then the bottom section, I didn't pay too much attention to, right? But I noticed there are these sections in there, and the little engine or whatever it was, the brain of this thing was in the middle part. And for whatever reason, you could look at every component because it was transparent. So the way the arms were like designed, like they kind of like folded in, and it was so snug and well designed, it almost didn't look like it had arms and legs. But the weird thing is this, right? So I'm looking at this device. Oh, and the other thing that it had was, which I kind of drew with this here. I couldn't draw anything that small. What this thing was, it was on its shoulder. It's detachable. It was like this little figurine. It was like this really far out there, sci-fi like humanoid type thing, like a little robot person or whatever. I don't know. and it had like it looked pretty cool and stylish, like you might see in an anime or something like that there, right? Like even today, like something along those lines, like a little figurine type thing, but it was technological. There were like one or two purposeful like fixed wires that came off, kind of like not appendages, but like instruments or tools for the figurine to use as if it was a character, like a little searchlight on like an arm that comes up over the top, and it was lit up, illuminated. And in the dream, I remember looking at it thinking, oh, well, this thing here is just an indicator, like to show you that it's running. And you could take this thing off. It was wireless and mount it anywhere you wanted. We have stuff like that now for like gaming consoles, like literally the exact same type of thing. But this one was, the whole package here was just so different and bizarre. Um, so the light, there are various lights on it at different points, but it was stylized to blend in with the costume, right, to make it look aesthetically pleasing. But they were just indicator lights that showed you the various things that were operating, and you could put it anywhere. So that's a minor component. Um, so this robot thing, whatever it is, what I did is I picked it up. The instant that I touched it and picked it up, okay, the little arms and legs unfolded, and it did it so fluidly and like beautifully, right? So the little arms just went like didn't make any noise, but they just went down, like it, almost like it came to life, like a little cute robot. So you pick up the thing and the arms unfold and they're to the side, and the little stubby legs come down, right? So it kind of looked like this folded up, just roughly. I can't remember exactly, but it just very simply, in a few simple motions, just like it was coming to life, just like unfolded. So it looked more humanoid in shape, because when it's folded up, it just looks like a plastic suitcase type thing with a little cute face and short head, right? But once you pick it up to use it, it unfolds like that. So it kind of like activated and stuff like that there. But when it did that, um, it was just so cool, like watching it like come to life like that. That's when I woke up. But that whole experience was so vivid, and I actually got to pick it up and feel it and touch it and this and that there. And it gave me the impression, because of the cute face design that was on it, that it was probably some type, it's not a child's toy. It may have been, but I'm leaning more towards it's just like a friendly, family friendly type device that people might have in the near future. I don't know what the device itself does, the robot thing. At the time in the dream, I just had the impression it was to do with a computer or computers. It had nothing to do with video games in the dream, but just a computer. And that little figurine thing with the indicator lights was showing you like your connection and if it's active and running and this and that there. But what the device actually does, I have no clue. But it seems to be somewhat interactive because it has that face and it activates when you touch it. So, anyways, when I woke up, I was trying to capture as much as I could from that vivid experience, make sure none of it waffled away into the sands of time as you forget things from dreams. And but I can remember all that stuff vividly. But there's something about a name, and I can't say for certain. But like I said earlier, I'm almost sure that I saw the name NVIDIA, like NVIDIA, and I don't know if it's IA or EA. It's not video, but like NVIDIA. I remember in the dream, I'm pretty sure. I remember in the dream thinking that the name was like a play on video, because in some way this thing was like a computer, it could play video, do something. I'm not sure, right? I didn't get to see it actually operate in full. Um, so when I woke up, I still had that name kind of like floating around the back of my mind. So I was like, I went and looked it up, right? Now, but unfortunately, like I said, I can't say 100% certain that name was from the dream or what. It may have just popped into my head in my subconscious when I woke up. I don't know. It may have nothing to do with the dream. But I searched for NVIDIA, right? Now, I tried a few different spellings, but what I did find pretty quickly was as follows, right? There's a company that exists right now called NVIDIA. It's the same pronunciation from the, I believe, that I saw or heard in the dream. NVIDIA. It just starts with the letter N. And it is, if I can get the page to load here, it says here that NVIDIA is the world leader in artificial intelligence computing, right? For data center, enterprise, and even gaming, right? So pretty interesting stuff. Artificial intelligence. I never heard about the company before, but they're like one of the leading or the leading world artificial intelligence company. Now, can that be a coincidence? I don't know, right? But it's I kind of think I did see that logo on the thing, on the device, like somewhere on the head, like above like the eyes and the little mouth and everything. I swear, I almost swear I saw that, but I just can't say certain. But if I did, what if this is actually like in some bizarre way through quantum entanglement or something? I don't know. Maybe this is like a glimpse into our near future where NVIDIA will make this little AI software robot computing thing that'll be interactive for like the family. I don't know what it does. Again, I have no clue what it does, right? Um, but all I can figure, like in the dream, I just got the impression that it had something to do with like computers. Like it was a computer, internet, computer, videos, stuff like that, right? Like how most of our devices are what most of our devices are used for, like that type of thing. So, anyways, I got to get going. Anyways, take care, folks. I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to share it because I really don't have dreams like that where I get to interact with some futuristic type technology. Um, but pretty cool, right? So, anyways, take care.